Assalamu alaikum everyone. We're here with Omar Zainuddin from Amal Invest, and hopefully we're going to do a rejig, a re-review of the whole ML system because they've done some changes, and it's wonderful that we have someone actually from the ML team with us here today. So quick introductions if you don't mind, Omar.
Hello, Adil and Ahmed. I'm very glad to join you today, and I want to thank you for your first review that you did for the Trading 212 app. It helped us a lot, and we've made some changes table that Ahmed left on the first attempt of our application, and hopefully we're gonna go and record the review of the new app, new setup, and see if everything is in check with like the user experience. Everything seems fine. Or if you have any reviews, any notes, as someone who's investing for the first time through the Trading 212 app with ML Invest.
And I'm Adil, obviously one of the co-founders at Dispa, and I'm really just praying that Lebanon gets some better Wi-Fi because Omar, we're gonna need some clear instructions, or I get stuck in about 1 minute.
On your screen, you can see that we're going to do the same thing as last time. We're going to go through ML Invest from the beginning out till the end, and Adil is going to be controlling it all. Adil, where you go? How do you want to do it? Do you want to just go ahead and do it, and then speak to Omar when you get stuck to try and see how the user would do it, or do you want to do it with Omar's instructions to make it clear for everyone?
I think it'd be more natural if I just try it because I actually haven't played around at all. Obviously, I saw your initial video, but I'm really on the website, and I think it just looked a lot different to what I remember. So I think it'd be good if I just have a go, and then if I get stuck, we have first line, second line, and third line support with Omar. So I think maybe that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
So Amal Invest, this is the main website, amalinvest.com, and you've got beat well, build wealth the halal way, beat the market without compromise, and then you kind of got your performance, okay? And I'm guessing this is your two different, from what I remember, you had two different funds. Is that correct? The save and the growth?
That's correct.
Okay, perfect. And then how does it all work? Doesn't have to be complicated. Two funds. Yeah, this looks a bit different, okay. Grow and save. Nice. Get started. Okay, think about your goals. Nice. Oh, changes. That's quite cute.
Oh, it splits your allocation between the two funds.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gives you an idea like how to split your allocations based on your goals.
That's quite good. So there's a little bit of like subtle education going on. So if you have an emergency fund, you have to go low risk with the save, and or more with the save, less with the grow. And if you want to go retirement long term in the future, you go hard on the grow, less save. Okay, nice. Good bit of education there.
Let me just go. What's in the save fund? The save fund is an equity fund as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's the Fidelity Growth Fund, but like to simplify the things for the new users, beginner investors, we just call them the Save Fund and the Grow Fund.
All right. Can you just show me again what's the save fund? Can you scroll up a bit? Just click view detail. All right. So it's a Vanguard dividend appreciation fund. Okay.
So the Vanguard original fund 338, you've filtered it out, and what it comes down to is 158. But Alma, though, obviously, even though it is a safe fund, it's still in equities, which is a high risk asset class.
That's correct, but like over like the historical performances of these funds, they two of the most well-performing funds through the history, like with the consistent high returns. That's what we think these two funds.
And
But in terms of
yeah.
I was gonna say, but in terms of like obviously this asset class, like stocks and shares are generally quite volatile. So a lot of people would argue stocks and shares are not good for a short-term objective. So if people were investing, to save or grow their emergency fund for the next year or so, it's still quite risky, right?
Yeah, that's why we've already said like upfront that it's made for the long-term investor and build something for the future.
And can I ask how you got your boycott list? Because some people might say that Costco, for example, still should be on the boycott list because it sells products from Israel. So how did you do your boycott filtering?
Yeah, like for the boycott, we used two sources. We used the BDS list, a list that was updated like early in 2024. We've made that as the primary source for our boycott list. And we've added recently stocks from the Watermelon API, and we've made another list for the users to include these stocks or to blacklist them from the Watermelon API. But we also give another option for the user if they would like to blacklist any specific stock or company. They can do that based on their own terms. Like they just search if they read any news or if they think that some stock or company would be eligible to be boycotted, they can do that very easily. The issue we face with boycotting or having a consistent updated list is that there isn't no primary source for this stuff that keeps the list updated on a monthly, let's say, or weekly basis. So we just use the two most popular lists, and we've given the user the option to filter based on the preferences also.
I think that's enough upfront. I think obviously Adel and I, we have some issues on the splits for the specific accounts about the savings allocation. In our probably in our opinion, we don't think it should be 100% equities, but that's a video for another time, and it's not a recommendation of what you should go into for each savings goal. But regardless, for those who understand how to invest and want to invest using ML, let's see how it works.
Okay, let's jump in then. So I guess let's start investing. First thing, okay, please enter your email to manage. All right, I haven't signed up yet, so let me sign up now. Okay. Wi-Fi access, all right. Yeah.
So what do you get for $250? So everyone that signs up, I guess, has to pay $250.
Yeah, it's a one-time payment. You get the 2.5 for the Grow and Save fund with automatic updates for all the Sharia compliant of the items in these funds, or if any holdings in the underlying funds changes, you also get updated whenever these changes happen.
And I guess it's one fee for life.
Exactly.
Okay, so I've paid and signed up, so now I can go in and log in. So let's go in and log in. Okay, so what have we got here? Filter settings. We create custom versions of your pie based on your personal settings. Decide what you'd like to exclude below. Okay, so non-compliant stocks, perfect. Yeah, I don't want to go and burn in Jahannam. Allow questionable stocks. Include stocks Zoya plus questionable due to operating in grey areas. Oh, okay, nice. Well, I can't change that. Well, I can't.
No, this is changeable. The only one that isn't changeable is the non-compliant stocks, because that's what we need to do by default to filter out all the non-compliant.
Okay, it's not to say only Muslims could come. All right. So allow. Obviously, I don't want to. Okay, I don't want to allow the grey ones. Genocide supporting companies. Customize.
Okay. Change the UI a bit based on Ahmed's first review. Like now we show 2 tabs for the BDS movement and one for the Watermelon index. For the BDS movement, we categorize them the same way that the BDS website does, based on the targets, lift and defense, tech and services. And the user can select which company to include by just switching the switch to on each category.
Okay.
And if you click on the arrow, you can check all the companies in each of these targets.
Sorry, if I turn it on though, that's saying excluder. Oh yeah, which companies is? So, okay, so now I'm excluding that one. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Yeah, and exclude them. Okay. Oh, and consumer brands. Those are the fun ones. Nice. Okay. Exclude all of those. And then watermelon.
The Watermelon index is quite extensive. It includes 115 companies. We don't give any opinion on this, but we can check out all these companies based on what the Watermelon index assessments. If they want to include them, to be excluded from all the pies, switching this on will exclude the 115 stocks and companies from both pies. So it will have a bit of a huge effect compared to the BDS.
Well, for now,
we'll go back to the same point that Ahmed asked me about, about the boycott sources.
So this one is from the watermelon index.
Exactly.
Are you going to apply?
Okay, so what? I'll apply it.
We didn't switch on the watermelon
Okay.
index. Do you know what?
Yeah, I know. I left it off.
Oh, so you're happy with sub, I guess. I guess not.
I
Everyone,
just want to see. I want to see.
I guess not everyone
Else. No, I do. Do I do? Oh, no, wait, update my filters. All right. Kind of pasteurize. Okay, so are they still there? I have to do it again, right?
Yeah, you have to click apply filters for it to apply.
Okay. So that one. Can I do them both in one go?
Yeah, you can.
So that will apply both the BBS and watermelon.
Exactly.
you're left with 2 stocks in your fund.
Probably, yeah, at this point, you're going to be left with 2 stocks.
And then a personal blacklist, nice, so I can personally choose if I want to get rid of a company that I don't like. Or can I add any in?
Yeah, you can just pick anyone and like, filter it out based on your preference, even if they aren't in the BDS movement or in the watermelon index.
Yeah. You can't add in a non-Sharia compliant one.
Yeah, you can't. You just can add stocks to blacklist.
You're adding a stocks to the fund, you're just removing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
Sorry, yeah. So you're adding the stocks to remove them.
Yeah, I think what you added is asking if he can whitelist a few. Maybe that's something that can be added.
Yeah, maybe I disagree with one of the filters.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go
That's
ahead.
an option to discuss. Yeah, now in this step, we ask you to add your API key from trading 212. The reason, yeah, it's gonna be easy. If you click on need help, we show you what to do. Like we set the steps for you to go and check what to do with each one of them.
Okay. Doesn't tell you actually how to do it. These are just common issues. But how to actually do it, where'd you go?
Okay, if you go to the Trading 212 app, then you click on settings. The 3 dots, yeah, these 3 bars.
Yeah.
Okay, go all the way down to settings.
Not now.
Okay, API beta. The last option.
Generate.
Yeah, you can generate a new key. And you have to include the permissions listed.
Well, okay.
In order for all the pages, yes. If you want, you can include them all, but Amal doesn't require all of them. Let me double check.
getting all your data add.
Gonna steal my money. Transfer over directly to the ML bank account. Okay. I think as I've turned everything on, I've given it a name. Let's go ahead. I'll generate your key.
Yes.
Let's do it. Okay. Okay.
I think it's the second one.
Yeah.
Why is it?
The first one was used before. The new one is Amal.
Okay. Copy. Key name.
You can give it
Founder.
like Amal was.
And then my key. Add my key.
Okay, this is gonna take a few seconds due to Trading 212's API limitations. It's gonna create the pies, name them, and update them based on the holdings inside these funds.
Okay.
It's a 20 to 30 or 40 seconds process, I think.
This is where I got stuck last time because I kept putting the API key in the name and I shouldn't realize it and it wasn't going through. I was thinking, what's going wrong?
Well, you know, it says generate the API key. Could you not just have a list of instructions? Because if you weren't here, I wouldn't have known where to go in Trading 212.
Yeah, definitely. We can just put a link for the Trading 212 help section on how to do that. They have everything with steps and pictures. That's gonna be helpful also.
Good advice. Because it was quite simple.
You can just do a quick Google.
You can, but we're not in that day and age anymore. All right. something I'm in.
Check your trading.
Yeah, that you have to check your trading 212 pies.
Okay, not yet. So let me refresh.
Probably, yeah, refresh should help. Yeah, the pies didn't show anyway. Let me check if the database updated based on Adil's API key. This is not true.
If you just go back to the Amal Invest screen, what would be good here? I feel like if it said something like, "You are all done now. Go to trading 212 and refresh." Because if I was a user and I got to this page, I'd be thinking, "Now what? Is it done?"
Yeah, we already have that, but I think the pies didn't update for some reason. Adil, can you just try deleting it, the API key, and adding it once again?
Okay.
Delete.
What, generate a new key?
No, just use the same key you've already generated and set.
But it's there. Go back. It's needed time.
Oh, we deleted it now.
Oh, actually, yeah. خلاص عادل, I think it already generated, but as Ahmed said, them probably didn't show up.
Yeah, but what do I need to add?
No. If you pay 212, you can see the pies already there.
Okay.
So just
there's the ML row.
we just need the patience. Let's check how many stocks are in each one. I mean, they're going to be limited to 50 anyway, so let's see what kind of stocks we have.
Eli Lilly.
Taiwan Semiconductor always gets kicked out. Just scroll up to the top. I think Taiwan Semiconductor, scroll up a bit. I think
no longer tradable on the trading 212 pies. So I think this is a stock we should start excluding from both pies on the creation stock.
Just click
to avoid harassing the user. Delete them manually.
You can just click it. I feel like, yeah, it's just because it's an ISA.
Exactly.
Taiwan Semiconductor, I think because it's an ADR, very technical thing. It's just you can't include it in ISAs.
That's correct, Ahmed. In normal pies, it can be created, but in ISA accounts, it's not tradable anymore.
Let's get rid of that. I have to give something else a percent, right?
Yeah, or if you click on the X button, I think that would also remove it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better. And then I need to add something somewhere.
Add some Tesla.
Interesting that Tesla's not on any of those lists, even though we filtered like 100 and something stocks. Let's get some gym clothes.
Musk pouch. Influencing.
And this is a grunt, so this is a more risky one. And then let's just check out the save.
This is somewhat similar.
It's somewhat similar. It doesn't have Tesla.
No, I was adding a few I'm seeing those. I'm not going to know a lot of these now.
But it's going for more established companies which have started to pay dividends, I guess, because it bases it off a dividend-paying equity fund. The bank dividend something. Colgate. Interesting.
Okay, let's find these guys, please.
Can you just double check if you go back to Amal Invest? Can you just double check that click back there, modify your filters. Just see in that list there isn't in the blacklist. Can you see the whole list?
How do you actually see? How do you go through the list? Can you see it? Or do you have to go through it like this?
Do it like that.
Yeah, we just lift the.
Okay, check the Teslas there. But this is adding it to the blacklist.
Yeah, he's adding it to the blacklist.
You're not seeing if it's already there. Okay, don't worry.
But what about in? I guess we won't be able to see unless we do it What would come on the tech? No.
Yeah, probably would come out. But none of all those companies have been taken out. Disney, there's none of those. I didn't see Google or whatever.
I saw Airbnb.
Yeah, no,
I saw Airbnb. I saw no, it's fine. No, I think Airbnb was gone around.
Yeah. This is the other issue I had last time because Google have A shares and B shares, and then
that's true.
the A shares were included, but the B shares. So it seems like that issue is solved. But
Because they have two tickers, Goog and Goog with the letter L.
yes, yeah. So just if someone disagrees with anything on this list, the nice thing that they can do is they can go back and edit it. Yeah, like I think some people might have an issue with Shopify, some people might have an issue with Proctor, but it just depends.
I think Adid's also point about having a whitelist if someone disagrees with a non-compliant listing, they can also, maybe we should give an option for a user to whitelist a specific stock.
Are there any risks if I just go in and delete from here? Will it be added back in the next time it refreshes?
Yeah, if your API key is linked in ML, it will be refreshing. It is gonna get refreshed.
So maybe,
but so like let's say I delete Visa, for example. If when the API key refreshes, is it just going to pull Visa right back in? So it's basically not the
way. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so don't do it that way. Basically, make sure you try and get rid of it here somehow.
Yeah, since you're using ML as the source for updating and synchronizing these files, it would be better to just set the filters through ML.
Okay.
not there. It's the other bit. It's a black.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to see if you could also go through that list. Okay. All right, so we've got the two pies. I think let's put some money in them. Do that final part. So I'm gonna go. Which one's this grow? Like, I would do 1,000, so let's do 800 here.
You see those FX fees, eh? You ready?
That's so painful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
So £1.
£1. Commission free. Of course. Everyone's asleep. All right, so that will going to happen now. And then if I go to email save, let's invest my remaining £203. Let's take 200, so it's not effectively. Okay. All right.
And then I guess we're done. Obviously, the stocks didn't execute because the markets are closed at the moment, and we're doing this early London time, and they're all US equities, so the US market is not open yet, but they're all trade during US hours, and that's it. Now it's just a waiting game. Now you have to wait 5 years.
We'll get back after this time to check the performance of these investments.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if my savings have grown into an emergency fund.
All right, so it was a lot more straightforward than last time. A lot of the issues that we encountered last time aren't there. The only thing was you have to be a bit patient when you put the API key in and then you press go. And I didn't think we were patient enough. So just give it 5 minutes and it seems to just go through.
That's true.
Just a couple more things. If a stock becomes Sharia incompliant, does it get removed from the pie and it automatically gets sold, or the user has to do that?
Yes, whenever it happens, whenever a stock becomes non-compliant, it will be automatically removed from the pies. But we don't do any investments based on the user's behalf to prevent any tax losses. So we give the user the option to do that, but the pie would be excluded from this non-compliant holding.
So a user has to go into the pie and click rebalance?
Yes, that's true. They can enable auto investing, but to have automatic trades within the pie. But that might increase a bit the tax losses. because the number of trades will be more higher. Like,
I guess that for our UK people that are inside of an ISA, not
this
UK.
shouldn't be an issue. Exactly. For ISA account users, that shouldn't be an issue. They just have to enable auto-invest, and that would be taken care of.
Did you switch on auto invest, Adil?
I don't think I did.
I think I just did one off. So for people that didn't switch on auto invest, how often should they be rebalancing the pie?
Once, I think, on a monthly basis, because the halal investments are checked, like halal compliance is checked on a bi-monthly basis. So it makes sense to probably check it once in the middle of the month and once at the end of the month.
And rebalance. Okay.
And if they ever want to make changes to their holdings, I guess always just remember go back to Amal Invest
Yeah,
and
that's
apply the changes there. Don't do it directly in your trading onto your account.
true.
So now if I added a filter to remove one company and then clicked apply, then a few minutes later his pie should update, I guess.
And exclude the filter.
I guess it.
And exclude the stock that Adil added to the new list.
But I think you'd have to rebalance the pie for it to do that, because it wouldn't automatically adjust the pie. You'd have to edit it in the list and then go back to trading 212 and then wait for it to refresh and then click rebalance pie.
That's true.
Okay.
You got that right.
We can't do it now because the markets are shut, so it will be pointless.
Maybe we add on a little section on the end, we record it later, and the user just thinks it's seamless. But yeah, it does work.
Yeah, it does work.
No, thank you. Yeah, good. I think the experience was good. I think there's a few minor things. Like I think instructions for the API key, and at one point Ahmed made around telling the user, you're done now. Go back to trading 212 and wait 5 minutes. But other than that, I think it was good. I think your website's nice and clean. I think obviously there's some considerations around, obviously you're investing into equities, which is high risk. So be considerate, even if the goal is to sage. But beyond that, I think, I like the idea. I think it's a really, really nice idea. Yeah, I'm excited to see. Let's see how my £1,000 goes.
Thank you, Adil and Ahmed, and thank you for your review. And we're anticipating any reviews from your users, from your fan base, if they have any ideas or any points that they would like to also give us. We'll have that in mind to implement as new features or anything that they think might help our platform.
Okay.
Inshallah.
Yalla, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.